The previous album, First and Monroe, was all original, and it concentrated on melodies that people might remember and snap their fingers to. This album, Let's Get Together, is more a standards album. And as a musician, especially a jazz musician, one has to address standards one way or the other. So I started asking myself, what is a standard? And I came up with a different answer. If you were to talk to people from my mom's generation, they might say, well, show tunes like South Pacific and Porgy and Bess, The King and I, Hello Dolly. These are songs that you could whistle just a little bit of the melody to my mom, and she'd come right back with all the lyrics and sing it to you. But for me personally, standards also include songs that I listened to when I was a kid coming up in the 60s and the 70s. And as people of my generation move forward, the songs I picked for Let's Get Together, I hope, will resonate with them as much as they did with me. We had Carmen and Torre on drums and Pat Bianchi on organ. Wonderful players who brought the music a new dimension, and they bring a contemporary immediacy, a lot of fun to the recording process and to their treatment of these tunes. And I got a chance to play in a classic organ trio where the organ flows, but it can also punch and stab. For Let's Get Together, we included two timeless jazz standards from the middle of the book, as it were. One is Oliver Nelson's timeless classic, Stolen Moments, that I've been listening to for a couple of decades now. At the bottom, it's a blues, but there's this beautiful melody that introduces it, something completely unheard of anywhere else. It's just got a beauty and a lilting quality to it. I wanted to give that a contemporary treatment, so I did, and I hope you enjoy it. Now, in the case of Ralph Towner's song Icarus, it's completely different. I've only had that in my listening experience for maybe a year or so. I discovered that quite by accident, as I often do, by sitting down with the guitar, opening the book to whatever page it falls open to, and playing that song. And one day, the book fell open to Icarus. At first, I couldn't quite understand what Ralph Towner was doing with it, but as I got deeper and deeper into it, I realized the genius in that composition, in its harmonic structure, and its beautiful melody. I navigated the melody and came away saying, boy, that's fresh and clean, and it's bright, and it's all around G. But the more I delved into it, the more I learned of Ralph Towner's genius and what he does harmonically in that song. It becomes more and more deep. And as you peel away different layers of the onion, you see more inside of it. In the end, Icarus taught me much about the instrument itself and harmony. So I had a great deal of fun with that, aside from the fact that it's a beautiful melody that goes so many places. Co-producer Mike Florio submitted a list of songs to me as we were mapping out what we would do on Let's Get Together. And one of the most powerful was Bill Withers' Grandma's Hands. A lot of people from my generation will remember his work. Though he's not a jazz guy, wrote this one about his grandmother and his devotion to her. And it seemed like that family theme of love for one's grandparents fit on this album. Then I heard Matt Weddle sing that song, and I was completely transformed. I was sold on his treatment of it. And the rest of the challenge was to create a harmonic environment to put Matt and the song in so we could explore it and move around. So Grandma's Hands, it's a testament to Bill Withers' grandma, but it's also a journey into contemporary jazz, and I think we did a good job with it.
Really love that man. Put yourself in Jesus' hands, Grandma's hands.